gonna close it. And alrighty. So I went to stretch, and we are back. Right. I just wanna put this. Perfect. All right. So we are back, and on my screen, it took like 1 hour, 4 minutes to fix the issues. So we're gonna go back now and refresh it. Right. So I'm gonna do a hard. I'm gonna do a hard. In fact, I'm gonna close it, and I will be reopening it. And then I'm gonna fill in the new information, like I said in the previous live, just so that, let me confirm if my stuff is okay. Perfect. So I think I trust OBS now to some extent, but they say don't trust the tech. Always have a backup plan for whatever it is you're doing. So I'm gonna quickly check it out, and just to make sure that we are on track and on the same page. Perfect. Okay. The live is on. I'm gonna restart the pot. Let's see. Let me see, restart the server. Start the server. Right? So we get close to restart the server, and then we launch it again. So yeah, the designer responded, and he's gonna be cooking up the thumbnail tonight/tomorrow, and we'll see. Alrighty, so let's get that node restarted, and we continue. So I have the entire context of the business right here. I have it on my other monitor just because it's private information. I can't put it out there. So, but basically, you already see the questions that needs to be answered. Just answer them, and you're good. Bro, fast, bro. This shit is not even doing shit. What the fuck, bro? Claude is messing up big time. I think I'm gonna try Kimchi Tree on the next live. I'm gonna recharge it, maybe 10 USD or 100, and try it out. I would see. But this is so fucking slow. Like 2 minutes, and you still trying to restart a server. What? That's crazy. Bro, you just FQ this switch and restart it. That's it, bro. What the fuck? Crazy. Can't believe this. fast, bro. Gosh. Oh way. I feel like break it. Oh shit. What? Guys, that's what I'm talking about. Clock takes so much time now. Like, you know what? Let me cancel it. And I'm gonna switch to Fable 5. Let's see if it's better. So let's see. So that took like 3 minutes and I had to stop it. Let's see what Clot. Let's see what Fable 5 can do. How fast it's gonna do it. Yeah. Probably gonna take long. Oh god, that's so fucking slow. I'm not even going to lie, bro. So slow. It's 1 minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna go about what I'm doing. So local. I think it's 4321. Yeah. So I'm gonna update the entire stuff. Just give me a sec, guys. Let me update this shit. So it's crazy how. Who is this for? So we put who it's for. Okay. Yeah. So the four angles really this time around is really down. Yeah. Vacancies. Oh yes. Okay, let's see. So the keyword is speed. That's what we want. And what they get is a speed to lead playbook, a one pager PDF, right? That's what they get. Anything that must be said. Well, after 4 minutes, that's when it started. Fuck. Alright. Anything that must be said. So continue. I think from this point, I can kind of like show you guys on screen. So from this point, we choose this style just because it doesn't have proof on screen, although it does, but not really proof dependent like all these other ones, right? So we chose that. Then for the brown colors, black and teal. I'm gonna change this. Yeah, I'm gonna paste this in. So and then we go for the next color, which is this. Then we go for, there is gold. Right, those are the three. Those are the three major colors. Then there is gold. Right? So I have the logo now. I'm gonna drop it in. I have the logo. I think I'm just gonna drop the logo in alone. So, but the logo has a background. So, and we didn't tell these agents to kind of like take care of the background. But yeah, it's okay. Can handle that. Uh, what should this sound like? Say blunt and specific. Um, it's optional. So we have the images. We have the images. Alright, so we didn't change anything here. Move over to review. Move over to studio. Then let's see. Bro, I had to cancel it. So let's see if it's faster now. I'm not so sure, to be honest. Now it's still working, but I'm gonna say, please, I'm gonna tell Claude to please check out the health of this carousel system. Just because it's taking too long to even come up with the copy, it's still taking way too long. Can you kind of like restart the server and run it end to end? There's already some information that I plugged in. Run a test end to end, generate at least one test image so we can be sure that the entire system connects from end to end. Okay, let's go. So I think we'll have like another long wait. This is crazy, just because, like, bro, you know what? Let's do something entertaining. Let's go watch a YouTube video. Let's hear what this guy is talking about from vidIQ.
I'm trying to pick the perfect business idea. Seems like every other week there's something new you need to learn about AI. But I want to share a secret with you. Most people waste so much time trying to learn.
Good news, when it comes to demonetization, you're never going to have to worry about inauthentic content ever again. Unsatisfying or off-putting content? Inauthentic content is being replaced with 3 brand new categories that should do a better job of explaining what's happened to your channel. So in this video, we're going to show you what those categories are, how to stay on the right side of them, and make sure to stick around until the end because we're going to show you a real-world example of a channel affected by this, and the reactions may surprise you. But first, here's what YouTube themselves had to say about inauthentic content.
Before we had kind of a catch-all phrase, inauthentic content. Realistically, that's not very helpful. And we recognize that. We got that feedback.
He wasn't wrong, was he? Introduced exactly a year ago, inauthentic content has been nothing but trouble, confusion, and frustration for creators. And this interview between Rene Ritchie, the creator liaison at YouTube, and Matt Halprin, the VP of Trust and Safety, is their attempt to reclaim the narrative by ditching the phrase completely. But that doesn't mean that inauthentic content is going away.
There's kind of 3 buckets we'll talk about today. One is generic and repetitive. The second is content that we might call, off-putting.
Guys, I didn't watch this video, but I told you guys about this. Generic and repetitive, right? So it's also going to start getting very low. Generic and repetitive, just because the algorithm has moved from mere deterministic, decision driven to semantics. And semantics has to do with everything. It has to be relevant. It has to make sense, right? So yeah.
Or distressing. And then the third bucket that we'll break it down into is something called AI personas.
So yeah,
So I'm gonna pause this a bit. I'm gonna take a
And then
screenshot
the
of that
third bucket that we'll break it down into is
because I'm gonna make a very good reel out of this. More people need to know about this. Screenshot it. Perfect. Let's continue.
something called AI personas.
So yeah, inauthentic content has transformed, multiplied in fact, into 3 different categories, which at the very least seem to be more tangible and can be explained better, as Matt did. And these new categories are outlined in YouTube's monetization policy support pages that I've linked in the video description below. Let's start with generic and repetitive content.
Content that is sort of the same and repetitive. It's made with templates and there's not much variation from video to video. Like that is not something that our viewers wish to see a lot of and that we want to provide an incentive for people to make.
I think we're all familiar with this type of content, right? Content farms. And a particular note here at the bottom about AI generated content made with generic templates. That is some relatively new language in YouTube's guidelines, especially attaching it to AI content. But basically it's saying if you copy your own homework or anyone else's on YouTube, then it's not likely to get a green icon.
Sometimes we see tutorial videos on YouTube and they'll say, hey, there's this new trend and it's a banana and it's a strawberry. Here, let me show you how to make that and then you'll get it and make a bunch of money in YPP. And there's just too little variation and creativity within the channel, then the channel won't end up staying in YPP or won't get in the first place.
And this is why it is so important that you add your own spin, style, voice, experience, or story to an existing idea.
I think I'm gonna make a
format or
video
topic
like
on
this
YouTube, whether it comes from a tutorial or not. By the way, Renee and Matt really pushed this copying templates thing hard by dressing up in multiple fruit outfits. Or did they use AI? And then not declare it. Anyway, I want to jump forward now to AI personas.
So like AI personas may be fine overall, but if you have AI personas that are talking about fine
Oh shit.
AI
Sorry,
can
guys.
actually allow people.
I wanted
You have an
to.
idea?
I thought it's gonna open.
Spelled it with Lovable.
Good news when it comes to demonetization. It's common sense, right? Don't attempt to mislead viewers with life-impacting advice, format or topic on YouTube, whether it comes from a tutorial or not. By the way, Renee and Matt really pushed this copying templates thing hard by dressing up in multiple fruit outfits. Or did they use AI? And then not declare it. Anyway, I want to jump forward now to AI personas.
So like AI personas may be fine overall, but if you have AI personas that are talking about finance or legal issues or
So
healthcare,
guys, you see
medical
what I'm
issues,
talking about.
we don't want to provide an incentive for that right now either.
Now this is just common sense, right? Don't attempt to mislead viewers with life-impacting advice from realistic AI-generated people in professions of high qualifications, experience, and trust. I came across this channel recently called Dr. Jennifer, Senior Health After 60, and after a few seconds, I could tell that this was an AI-generated persona.
But there is one mistake that many people make without realizing it. And this mistake can become serious when medications are involved.
But will the target audience, senior citizens, be able to spot the AI nature of the content that is warning them about taking medications? Now, by contrast to that, here's a channel called Russ vs. Sport and History, where the real human creator has taken an AI persona of himself and transported it into the historical timeline of one of baseball's most famous stadiums, Fenway Park.
Fenway,
No, this is good.
as always, arriving fashionably late to the future.
So, AI generated, yes, and correctly labeled, thank you very much, creator, but talking about sensitive topics, no. This creator is using AI as a means to make the content more immersive.
We're
Yeah,
agnostic
yeah.
to what any tools that are used to create the content. Like if you make it with Gen AI, great. Our policies are independent of how the content is made.
So now you know, AI in itself does not determine whether or not content is demonetized, but the nature and intent of the content does. Okay, now let's jump over to unsatisfying or off-putting content. I've left this one till the end because I want to spend a bit more time on it because I think it's the one we know least about.
Maybe we give an example. Some of these videos you see and they show an animal in distress, and maybe there's this little story to it, but the core of the story is an animal in distress and then someone comes and saves the animal. We'll remove that from YPP.
I guess that means the next installment of Free Willy isn't coming to YouTube anytime soon. Other examples mention disturbing themes such as violence or loss, randomly stitched together AI clips, and celebrities doing things they didn't do, or natural disasters that didn't actually happen. This is a bucket I think represents the traditional inauthentic content concept the most, because it feels as if there is a wide net of examples that could potentially catch a lot of channels. And it's also a place where we enter the realm of subjective opinion. One viewer's emotional trigger might actually be another viewer's emotional therapy. But as Matt explains, YouTube can measure these feelings and viewer reactions at scale.
And if you have a channel dedicated to that kind of emotionally distressing, manipulative content, we've heard from our viewers that that's not something that they like. They find off-putting. They don't want to come back to that channel, or maybe even the platform after seeing a number of those videos in the same channel. We'll remove that from YPP.
And that's the big red flag, isn't it? If viewers are coming away from videos feeling so unsatisfied that they disappear from the entire platform, obviously YouTube's going to step in and do something about it. But when it comes to these guidelines and YouTube's official conversations, there is always one critical thing that's missing from all of this, isn't there? You and your specific situation, reasons and understandings of the rules that never quite fit your channel and your videos. And if I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second, you can see YouTube's perspective here. The moment they use concrete examples, everyone will benchmark against them, and then YouTube doesn't have any wiggle room. So let me take you through a classic example of YouTube's demonetization guidelines versus the reality of what happens right now. And let me stress, I'm going to give you the facts, but this channel is going through the public court of Reddit. None of this should be taken as official YouTube policy guidance. So originally, this channel got demonetized under the inauthentic content reason, but that has now changed to unsatisfying or off-putting content. And I assume going forward, that's what's going to happen to all creators. They will never again see inauthentic content as a reason for demonetization. And instead we'll see generic or repetitive content, AI personas on sensitive topics, or what this creator now sees, unsatisfying or off-putting content. So now, with this additional context of emotionally manipulative, unsatisfying content, they are really questioning the reason YouTube have given. So far, they say, demonetization of their channel has cost them $15,000. But of course, no thread on Reddit survives without the scrutiny of the $15,000.
So he said, I'm not some reuse content creator. I use expensive camera and lens and physically record my videos outside. I make long form content. So far during this 3 months period has been a loss of at least $15,000. Damn.
But of course, no thread on Reddit survives without the scrutiny of the community, and they got to work. First they found the channel, which the original poster did not reveal, and then they gave their opinion on it. It's called HPAD, and the premise seems to be that the creator buys something like a fan or a vacuum cleaner and then destroys it. They've been doing this for many, many years. Thousands of videos, hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
No. It's gonna get so much views, but it's nonsensical. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, what's the value of it? Right? Buying things and smashing them. If you're buying things and disassembling them, right? It's not like, okay, you're buying this thing, this product, and then you are dismantling it on your channel so people can watch to see how to dismantle it. So it's useful to people because when they want to like fix the product or something, or they want to dismantle it at home, they can watch your videos and do it. But who watches a video on how to destroy something? Doesn't make any sense.
and 250 million views.
HCAT here, just a short video to say that channel's now been demonetized.
So yeah, everything seems
So, and that is why you see that when I hear people, when a lot of people come on this space and they say, I've generated over 2 billion views, 10 billion views, 100 billion views. How many billion did you make? That's the question. Because anything can go viral. You can make any single thing go viral. But can you make things go so viral that's useful for a business owner, that someone would want to like pay you money to do? Can you do that? If you can do that, then fine, by all means do it. But it's not something that is so easy to do, just because anything relating to business, anything relating to marketing is boring. You can make it to be as fun as you want it to be, but it depends on the tier of market you're trying to target. If you're trying to target customers that pay 7.5K and above, 10K, 15K, just like how we're doing for Surge, it can be fun. It's boring. It's fucking boring. And you have to make boring content to attract people like that. Else it's not gonna work. Right? So yeah. Like 100%, I agree with YouTube on this one.
seemed fine for a decade until it, well, wasn't. And I think we can firmly establish here that this isn't
look
an
at this.
AI channel. This is a real person
Bro, look at
buying
this.
real stuff and then really destroying it. But the overall opinion, at least on this Reddit thread, is that they are really put off by the content. One says it's complete garbage and really annoying.
It's
Another
garbage,
mentions
bro. It is. Right? It's so annoying because it's triggering, it's emotionally triggering, because someone cannot afford this, but then you get it and then you destroy it. For me, what I would do if I was them, or the advice I would give them, if in case they maybe come across this video of mine, right? The advice I'm going to give them would be turn the other way.
AI can actually allow
Right? Turn the other way. I'm trying to look for my live stream just to make sure that I'm still streaming. So I went to, okay, you see the streaming stopped. It fucking stopped. Fuck. So I'm just gonna continue, and then later I'm gonna replay the live stream. We'll replay the live stream. Yeah, it fucking stopped. Fuck. So, as I was saying, what I would advise them to do is still get this product, but don't, instead of destroying them, dismantle them and do a giveaway and give it out to one of your followers. Right? It will be more educational and more useful to people that way than destroying them. Right? And YouTube definitely is not gonna demonetize those channels.
low effort content that doesn't add value. There's no narrative of educational value, while another notes the low views to like ratio. Now this just could be herd mentality in the Reddit thread with everybody piling on. And the creator does reply comparing their channel to other larger channels that do much worse but are presumably monetized. And it wasn't an exclusively negative reaction in this Reddit thread. One person couldn't see what all of the fuss about, while another offered some really insightful advice about trying to weave a story into their video. As I said, I'm not trying to be the judge here. The facts say the creator thinks they should not be demonetized, while the majority of opinions in the Reddit thread suggest they should be demonetized. And it's not an AI channel, let's remember that. There is one more comment that I want to bring up though, and it's this. Sorry dude, I hate your content, but I will at least say I'm in favor of your right to make it. Which is a fair point, to which Matt, back at YouTube, says this.
And there is a higher bar to be in the YouTube Partner Program. Anybody can upload a video, but not anybody can be in the YouTube Partner Program.
So your YouTube homework seems pretty clear to me. Head on over to that monetization requirement support page and swat up on those new definitions, because inauthentic content has gone. YouTube say the application of these policies has not changed, but the language has, which might mean you understand it all just a little bit more. And if you do want to see even more examples and possible triggers to demonetization back when it was called inauthentic content, but still applies today, then I highly recommend you watch this video right now. I'll see you in there.
Yeah, that was good. I'm gonna watch this. It's a 10 minutes video. Okay, I think Rob already covered everything. But yeah, I'm just gonna give it a thumbs up. So let's go back to what we're cooking. Yeah, okay, you see, this is what I'm talking about. It's been 18 minutes and bro is still trying to decipher shit. So wait for it to run it. So I think I'm gonna just shoot a YouTube video. So I'm gonna plug my phone to charge now. The Samsung. So I'll use it to shoot some videos. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, okay. I think I can shoot like this. It's quite cool. It can be on charge while I'm shooting. That works. But I need a better audio reception. But let me check out something first. So that I gotta review an ad creative that needs to get launched this tonight.
She was waking up 4:20 in the morning, 80-minute sessions, 6 days a week. 60-minute sessions, 60-minute sessions.
Sessions, bro.
6 days a week. Meal prepping every Sunday, and in 2 years, she only lost 5 pounds. When she went on a call with me, she wasn't angry, she was just tired. She's already quietly decided her body is broken. And honestly, what else can explain doing everything right for 2 years and getting nothing back? Here's what was actually happening. She was dieting so hard for these 2 years that her metabolism adapted. Her metabolism has slowed down to match what she was eating. So the harder she pushed, the more efficiently her body held onto fat. You cannot out-train a system that's shut down. You cannot out-train a system You cannot out.
Okay. I gotta check. I'm reviewing this video now. I gotta check real quick. Should we review with AI? I get my agents to do it, by the way. Yeah, okay. I think, should I get my agents to do it? Should I? Should I not? Should I not? I'm gonna do it myself. Okay.
She was waking up for.
She was waking up. Let's see, she was waking up.
4:20 in the morning, 80-minute sessions.
Minutes. 6 days a week. Every single Sunday. 2 years she lost 5 pounds.
6 days a week, meal prepping every Sunday, and in 2 years she only lost 5 pounds. When she went on a call with me, she wasn't angry. She was just tired. She's already quietly decided her body is broken. And honestly, what else can explain doing everything right for 2 years and explain doing everything right for 2 years? And honestly, what else can
Can I explain?
doing everything right for 2 years? Honestly, what else can explain doing everything right? What else can
What else can explain? What else can explain?
doing everything right for 2 years and getting nothing back? Here's what was actually happening. She was dieting so hard. She was dieting dieting so hard for these 2 years that her metabolism adapted. Her metabolism has slowed down to match what she was eating. So the harder she pushed, the more efficiently her body held onto fat. You cannot out-train a system that
You cannot out-train.
cannot out-train a system that's shut down. You have to rebuild the body held onto fat. You cannot out-train a system that train a system that shut down. You have to rebuild the engine before you go on your next race. So we did the thing that scared her the most. We got her eating more food. The thing that scared her the most. Got her eating more food. Rebuild the engine before you go on your next race. So we did the thing that scared her the most. We got her eating more food and training less, from 6 days a week to 3 days a week. We spent 3 months in the metabolism phase to 3 days a week. We spent 3 months from 6 days a week to to 3 days a week. We spent 3 months in the metabolism phase where she lost 20 pounds then a week. We spent 3 months in the metabolism phase where she lost 20 pounds. Then she lost another 15 pounds when we entered the fat loss phase for the last 4 months. Con was the same story in a different life. Since COVID, she was going to yoga and spin classes 6 days. Different life. Since COVID, she was going to yoga and spin classes 6 days in a week, but still not losing weight. We fixed her metabolism first, and after 8 months, she's now down 31 pounds. If you're doing everything right and nothing is moving, you don't need to try harder. You need someone to look into why it isn't working. Tap below, apply, and I'll do exactly that with you on a call.
Okay, I'm done reviewing the video. So that's like a 1 minute video, but you can see how long it took me to review it. Just because reviewing videos is so much work. Let's see comments. But the AI can pretty much do this, though it takes a little bit of time. And the reason why I didn't let the AI do it was because it's already taking so much time to do simpler stuff. Reviewing video is kind of like more hard for the AI to do, just because it's gonna have to pull every single frame from the video, and yeah, it's kind of like a lot. So yeah. Done reviewing that. So basically, this is how my day kind of like is. I do all these things, then I go on YouTube. I learn new stuff, as you guys see. So we can go watch something else. Alexa Moses live. Sean is live. Let's go watch it. Same.
Some people say not to do this, whatever. Every time I've done it, it's worked out. So,
Yeah.
cool.
I'm gonna try it, definitely.
I'm sending this to you right now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
This was the live
very
stream
much.
I had with
Oh,
him.
so
Good stuff. I'm gonna like it.
Keep me updated over DMs. I'd be curious to.
So this guy been live for a minute. For how many hours? That's like 5 hours. God damn. Yeah, Niggas cooking out here. How many shots we post per day? 2 billion views.
Our agents aren't going to do it as well as we need them to.
So what does that translation look like for you? Is it a bunch of markdown files and then your agent can interpret those? Because you could go all the way to like, we pre-trained a model just for you. And then we could be like, we fine-tuned a model for you, sort of the thinking machines model. And then you could be like, well, we're using, the frontier models, but we have a custom harness for you, or we customize our harness for you, or we write a special integration, or it's just, or the agent just shows up and it figures it out.
I love that you're giving me multiple choice, because if you didn't, I would just like ramble. It is the second half of answers that you just said.
Okay.
So like another foundational philosophy that we kind of built this company on is that the inference API is a commodity. That's a soundbite. You can clip me. That'd be great. And that's a crazy thing to say, right? It's a crazy thing to say that an inference API is a commodity, because when you think about Claude and Anthropic, Anthropic and OpenAI at tens of billions in revenue, people are going to be like, that's all inference. I would disagree. I would say it's a function of the things built on top of inference. We're talking about ChatGPT, Claude, Codex, Claude Code.
Yeah.
And what we need to be able to do is, and you can call these, most people would call these harnesses, right? Like harnesses, like a great GUI with a great command line interface. But it's functionally the thing that's delivering end-to-end value. And like coding was a great first, coding and chat agents were a great first product, because that was the end-to-end value. Again, it's a human in the loop type agent. So they're giving the value to the person that's using the product. The subsequent type of like wins in enterprise AI, and when I say wins, I don't mean like hundreds of millions in revenue or even billions. I'm talking about like the next wave of tens of billions of revenue. It's going to come from the fact that your harness, which is just a fancy way of saying agents that can do multiple things and operate across multiple different surfaces as opposed to a single call and response API, should be as capable as someone that is on a job listing, or like something that you are hiring to drive an outcome or a result for the business. And so it's a combination of harnesses, and specifically at Takeoff, what we built was what we call it as a DSL, a domain-specific language, right? So you should be able to educate, direct, and build the agents on Takeoff using our domain-specific language that is built around the idea of we're trying to handle something end-to-end. The other kind of like unique thing about this is like your agents have to be answerable to the outside world. Like you can't just say, go do a thing. The thing that our customers are calling APIs for is go fund this loan, or an API call to go onboard this patient, or go get this patient's prior authorization. That requires multiple actions by the agent that then in turn require input from the outside world. Let's use the borrower example, the loan borrower. If you're getting an API call to your agent that says, go fund this loan for this borrower, this lead, you have to call that lead, contact them, help them with that initial like rate quoting, understanding what options they have, whether it's a HELOC, a refi, a home equity loan. Then you have to have a second call after whatever happened in between the first call and the second call. You have to go reach out to third parties, the e-notaries, the underwriters, everything else involved, document collection. Then you have to have a third call saying, hey, I noticed you got stuck here because you have this like weird Iowa borrower question about co-borrower co-signing. Then you have a fourth call, it's getting it over the line for funded. This is something that for an agent to actually handle end to end, your harness is transcending just like tool calls, right? It's an always on harness with a heartbeat that's answering anything that could happen by, on behalf of, or in relation to this like central entity in this example of the borrower.
Tell me a little bit about post-merger integration. I could see Sierra having a product called Takeoff. I could see Sierra just being a service or company that you work with for a bunch of different things. And I don't even know if I need different products, because AI is so broad that everything sort of merges together into like one product that can do multiple things. And I just flip on a switch and say, okay, I want you to handle this. I want you to handle this. But how are you thinking about integration? I know it's like really,
I'm gonna
really
watch that later.
Do you also dream of traveling the world and living from your passion? We are Elisa and Alex, and we've been traveling for the last 5 years.
Most social media strategy advice
Keep
today
traveling,
is still
bro.
stuck in an old model. Hack attention with dopamine hits and pattern interrupts. Well, that made sense when platforms were purely feed-based, but everything has changed. Social media platforms are no longer feeds, they are TV streaming platforms. YouTube is rolling out shows. TikTok now has a series app. Meta now has an Instagram TV app and also just started rolling out series features. Substack even has a TV app. Streaming platforms don't reward the best hook, they reward the best show. And brands have already figured this out. But most creators, personal brands, and small businesses are still thinking like influencers, chasing hacks, chasing dopamine, because the majority of education on this platform teaches that. In this video, I'm gonna show you how brands and founders are restructuring their content into series and how you can use the same system to turn your content into clients. Hi, I'm Darren, and welcome to Story Caffeine, where we lock in on storytelling trends and storytelling techniques so you can build a brand that people want to binge. TV watch time is surpassing mobile in the US. You will notice that YouTube has added shows into your YouTube studio, and Meta is also testing out a series feature with select creators. I've been saying episodic storytelling was going to take over YouTube for over a year. I've spent 15 years, maybe a little bit more, working in media companies, ad agencies, and producing upfronts and new fronts. And what's happening now is the biggest shift in marketing and entertainment that I have ever seen. For the past year, I have been telling you that social media is becoming television. And this season, I'm going to explore a very simple idea. What if you stopped creating standalone videos and started creating shows? Because those are two very different things. One is marketing, and the other is a show. But everywhere I look, the most successful brands are not acting like marketers. They're acting like studios. They're building characters. They're building worlds, they're building series, and audiences are behaving more like TV viewers. They're binging and they're returning. And viewers are not returning because of constant dopamine stimulation, like in the past. They're returning because of emotional investment. They care what happens next. Think about it. People don't return to The Bear or Ted Lasso or
make the maths work out to get to 6 figures in revenue. But now we come to the offer, which is the most important part. And you have two options here. So with option one is high ticket. So if you have less than 100,000 monthly long form views and you have less than 10,000 emails on your email list, then you need to build a high ticket business. And what that actually means in reality for most people is that you can offer a one-to-one coaching program, a group coaching program, or a done-for-you service of some kind. That means you work directly with your audience to help them achieve a specific outcome. Now, what my journey was, which is also the same thing I recommend to you if you don't really know what you're doing, is to start with one-to-one coaching, where you work with the audience one-to-one and help them achieve a specific outcome. Then you progress to a cohort where you get 5, 10, 15 people, something like that, in a group cohort and help them over 3 months or 6 months or something like that to achieve an outcome. And then you progress to an evergreen coaching program. So this is what I actually do right now. I run an evergreen group coaching program, which just means that it's always on throughout the year, every single day of the week. There's not like a 3-month period where it suddenly ends and there's nothing going on. Obviously, students who join do have a set time period in the program. So they typically join for 6 months or sometimes 12 months. And that is the kind of amount of time they get in the program. But the program itself is always running. And that's the endpoint that most people typically want to get to because it is the most scalable online education product that you can sell. And it works super, super well for loads of educational YouTube channels. And the price point for these services, for coaching, for done-for-you services, can range massively. But most people, when they're first getting started, typically charge somewhere between $1,000 and $5,000 for something like 3 or 6 months of coaching. And this is the kind of standard model that loads of my clients succeed with. And as you get more proof of results that your coaching actually works, that your service actually works, and you get better at helping people, and you build more confidence in delivering it and selling it, you can also increase your price up to $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, and beyond. And obviously it depends on the niche that you're in. But an example of this is Diane, who is a client of mine. She has a YouTube channel with 14,000 subscribers where she teaches people how to plan for retirement and how much money they actually need to retire. So she does not have a big YouTube channel. That's what she teaches. She also has an email list. And then she sends people from both of those places, actually mainly just from YouTube, to a landing page where she presents the offer essentially
Okay.
And then if they want to work with her, they can book in a call to see if it's a good fit. And then Diane works with them to help them plan for retirement. And her service is actually around $10,000, and it will probably increase even more because she's in a very high value niche, which is a good place to be. Because if you make one sale a month, then you make $10,000 a month, which is pretty cool. And in fact, a month ago, Diane made over $80,000 in a month, which is completely mental. And a year before that, she was literally making nothing from her YouTube channel.
Guys, the carousels are done. Let's look at the storyboard. This is the storyboard, and it says a lead comes in Saturday 9:14 p.m. You're on the job site, nobody picks up. God damn, bro. Guys, this is good. Guys, look at this. Look at this, bro. Come on, guys. This is good. No way, bro. No way. No fucking way, bro. This is good. Like, okay, let's just go through it. Let's fucking go through it. I'm gonna download this, right? As you can see, download this. So it's 8 slides. So let's go through the 8 slides. I'm gonna open all of them at once. All right, let's look at this, guys. Look at how clean this is. It says a lead comes in Saturday 9:14 p.m. You're on a job site, nobody picks up. 78% of homeowners hire the first company that responds. Your Google ads are working. Your response time is what's losing. Speed to lead. A new lead is hottest for about 90 seconds. After that, they keep scrolling. By Monday morning, they've booked 2 other estimates. Speed to lead. Okay, it says speed to lead. Okay. Answering is only first half. Ask budget and scope on the first call. A 15K minimum stated early saves you 10 dead site visits. Damn. Guys, this is good. How do you guys say it? I don't know for you guys, but I'm sending this to the client straight up. Right? So the error here now is it's supposed to say speed to lead 1, speed to lead 2, speed to lead 3, and that's it, right? It's supposed to number this properly, right? But it's good. All right, let's see. Most leads that go quiet end dead. They are mid-permit, and mid-divorce, and mid-winter. A follow-up that runs 40 weeks catches the ones who come back in April. All right. Okay. He said, you didn't lose that job on price. You lost it before you ever called back. One Toronto innovator fixed response time first. Force 72. Like, if we have a screenshot, the screenshot should be here. Would have been here. Right? And then, how many Saturdays has this already cost you? DM speed, and I will send you 1-page speed to lead playbook. The exact first 24-hour sequence written out. Come on, guys. We cooked, didn't we? We definitely cooked. Right? So, yeah. So let's try to fix things. And let's say, or we can even just do this. We can just leave it, delete this, and go directly here and have 7 slides. That works. That works, right? So I'm gonna be sending this to the client. Gonna be uploading it onto Frame. and send it to the client, right? So I'm creating a new project for this. I'll say carousels. You dig. I'm gonna create a new folder. FA systems. All right, create a new folder. Create a new folder and call it and then let's dump the videos in there. So I'm gonna take out, let's see which one sounds better. A new day disorder 9 seconds. After that, they keep scrolling by Monday. They will. Okay, yeah, that hits better. Answering is only half. Ask budget and scope on the first call. Yeah, like I don't think we need that. So we're gonna let go of slide 4. We're gonna let go of slide 4 and so might have to maybe rename it. Delete slide 4. All right. Okay, so we might have to book in a call. Send the booking link to the client, and then tomorrow we'll be having the call. So he's gonna book in a slot, the best time that he wants, and tomorrow we will be having the call and get money in the bank. Okay, I'm gonna be ending this live stream now because we've achieved all the goals we set for it, and I hope you guys learned a lot today.